Okay, so you've talked about all these, emergency or rescue ways to rescue a munhu. But once I have reached the ambulance,
Yes.
how can I assist the ambulance crew effectively in wacho?
Okay.
Because manje handisi kuti ndangowafuna kuti kumba kwakatsva munhu kuno kubara handisi ndozokubatsira isei fedha. Ndiri kupanika ndiri kuita sei ndezvipi zvandofana kuita inini semunhu kumba?
It's very, very true. So being proactive is the one that is called the ambulance, and being also very cooperative.
Yeah.
It actually also reduces the time that the ambulance crew is going to take to reach the patient himself. So what is important is that you can actually send someone at the gate to direct the ambulance. You can remove the curtain so that we know that this is where we are needed, and you can also put on the lights, right? And then if there are any pets, you can lock them up so that they are not a hindrance or a disturbance when the ambulance comes in. Once the ambulance is there, it's very important to give them information that they would need to then give care to the patient. For example, if they have any history of allergies, you also tell them the presenting history. What is it that is actually happening here?
Yes.
Of course, you've told the dispatcher, but they also need this information in addition, any additional information that they can actually use. And also, it's important that once we are there, we then discuss with the of course, we can advise on the appropriate medical facility depending with the condition of the patient.
Yes.
And we also need information on the medication that they are on, if they've got if there is any other doctor that have been looking after them before. We also need all that information.
Yes.
And then together with that information, this will actually help us to have a flawless system as we take the patient to the hospital, and it reduces also the time that they are going to get help. Suppose we then reach the hospital.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Biola. And I think it's a very good advice from CIMAS Rescue Emergency. Guys, vakuti tibatsirane panyaya iyi ndona kuti vazhinji pakaita problem pamba munotsvaga bamukuru wepa next door kana sekuru muvakidzani neighbor to accompany you kuenda kuhospital, which is not a bad thing, but sometimes pane pasina kutorwa matanho anofana kutorwa munhu ekirescue munhu. Sometimes munhu azofa on their way to the hospital because mangogadzika munhu pamwe asikafanira achigara, maradzika munhu pamwe asikafanira achirara, because we don't know all these. But now that CIMAS Rescue emergency team is giving us these advices, you should also take notes kuti mubatsirikane mangwana zvisasare ari maproblems nezvakawanda. Bataiwe CIMAS Rescue team vanouya kumba kwenyu ende vanhu vakanyanya maambulance vanongofunga accident kuti pachenda ambulance pari padheni chaipo gogwa BP yashuta, musamhanyikira zvimwe zvinhu musina mazano acho. Bataive CIMAS Rescue team ende vane matraining avari vari kuita matraining yayo kubatsira veruzhinji kuti zvikaitika pamba kwenyu aiwa munoziva kuti tine munhu anokwanisa kumhanya kuti zvinhu izvozvo. So your parting remarks and the numbers, the detail number, the contact details.
Thank you very much, Ola, for that. I also want to emphasize the fact that please don't use your private ambulance, your private cars to take patients to the hospital, especially with conditions. Some of these things, we actually take them for granted. But suppose maybe they have got, they've been electrocuted. This patient we can actually lose them. They seem to be okay at the time, but they can actually deteriorate very fast and without you actually knowing it. And also, especially in emergencies, trauma, for example, they can actually be in a wheelchair for the rest of the time, for the rest of their lives, just because of the way that you would have handled the patient if you don't call for an ambulance. So I would urge everyone to call the ambulance. If there's an emergency, call 922. Those are the numbers for CIMAS Rescue Ambulance, 922, which is actually a toll-free number if you're using a Tail 1 line or an Econet line. Or alternatively, you can also call on an Econet toll-free number as an alternative, 080-80-300.
One more time.
The numbers to call are 922 and alternatively 080-80-300 using an Econet line.
Thank you so much, Biola Ananias, for coming.
Thank you very much, DJ Ola. My pleasure. That
was CIMAS Rescue Emergency Manager Biola Ananias giving us more details, more information, and we'll keep you entertained, informed, and educated on this platform. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.